Hello everyone. In this particular lecture, we are going to learn about how to prevent default in JavaScript. What is this prevent default? Well, prevent default means when sometimes users submit a form or click a link, right? The browser does something automatically. We can stop this default action using a method called prevent default. Now that's what we are going to learn today, that how we can do this and how it actually works. So let's start. Now let's understand the default behavior of JavaScript using this particular example. Let's say we are having an anchor tag and inside of it there's a link of YouTube, right? And let's make the target blank, right? Now here it is written, click here. Now on our website, let's see that how it looks. So it is looking like this. Now what is the default behavior of this particular anchor tag with a given link? The default behavior is that when I click on this anchor tag, it will redirect me to this particular link which is present inside of it, right? So let's do it. When I click on it, you can see it redirected me to the YouTube, right? So this is how your anchor tag works, right? So that's the default behavior of your anchor tag. Now, if I want that JavaScript by any code, the default behavior of this particular anchor tag should stop, then how we can do it? Well, that's the real game. Let's understand it. In our JavaScript, what we are going to do, we are actually going to call, right? We will call this anchor tag and then we will prevent its default behavior. So for that, let's take document dot get element by id, and then we will first let's give a id to it. Id is my link, right? Yeah, so my link, right? And let's store it inside a variable. Fine, let's name the variable as link. Fine. Now we will add a event listener to this particular element. Fine. So for that, what we do, we write the name of the element, that is link, because we stored the element inside this variable link, right? That's why we are using link dot add event listener, and then we will write the action or the event, that is click, right? Whenever we click on this particular link or the anchor tag, then this particular function will run. Now what is the actual action which will perform? It will redirect me to the website, right? But I want that while clicking on this anchor tag, it should give me a what? It should give me a alert, right? So it will give me a alert, that is, hey, this this is alert, right? Yeah. Now let's see that how it works. But before that, let's remove this target blank which is redirecting me to the next tab, right? Now when I click on it, what is happening? It is giving me a what? It is giving me a alert, and then if I click on OK, it is redirecting me to the YouTube, right? But I want that even if this is a anchor tag with a link, I don't want to go to the YouTube. For that, what we can do, we just need to write, first give a parameter to it, and then this e is containing all the actions, right? Then e dot prevent default. This is the main line. This is the main function of our whole content or whole topic, right? Yeah. So e dot, when we write e dot prevent default, it is actually stopping the default behavior of your anchor tag. Now if I go to my click here and then if I click on it, you can see I'm getting an alert. Now when I get OK, it is not redirecting me to the YouTube. It means whatever the default behavior I have for this anchor tag is now get stopped using the what? Prevent default function. This. So this is basically used to stop the default behavior of JavaScript, sorry, HTML elements, right? So I hope you understood the concept of this particular example. Now let's move to the next example. Our next example says that we are having this particular, I have made this already for you. Okay, so how it looks, let's see. Now as you can see here, this particular label, right, having a box here, and when I click on it, a blue tick appears. Why it is appearing? Well, that's the default behavior of your HTML, right? This label tag. And when I again click on it, this blue tick disappear. Now I want that every time when I click on it, it do not get a blue tick instantly, right? For that, we can stop its default behavior using the prevent default and perform our action with the help of the JavaScript code. Let's see. So first, let's take this checkbox and this paragraph inside our JavaScript. So for that, let's const equals to like const checkbox equals to document dot get element by id, then a bracket. Inside of this I will write this particular id of the input field, that is terms check, right? And similarly I will call the paragraph also. So let's message equals to document dot get element by id, and then I put a bracket here. Inside of this I will write this particular id, that is message. Fine. Yeah. Now by doing this, I got this checkbox, fine, this checkbox, and I got this paragraph which is having the id message. Fine, let's apply our prevent default behavior. For that, first I will do what? I will call this checkbox, and then I will add a event listener, that is add event listener. Then I put a bracket, and inside of this I will write the event, that is click, right? So what was happening, when we were clicking on that particular checkbox, we were getting a tick, right? So that's why I have used the event click here. And then we will put a comma, and then we'll write the function. Inside the function we can give any variable which we or word which we want, that is e, right? E denotes event, that's why I like e. Okay, that's a basic word, you can use any of the word which you want. Fine. Now let's do one thing, that const confirmed equals to, sorry, and then inside this confirm I'm writing are you sure? Fine. Yeah. Now if the user says yes, right, this confirm gives you what? It gives a boolean value, right? Either true or false. So if it is not confirmed, that is false, it will give either true or false. So if you have clicked on no, then it will give a false, and that false I'm writing here. So if it is a false, in that time what you do, you stop the default behavior of that particular label, that is e dot prevent default. Fine. Then put a bracket here, and it will stop from what? It will stop from your getting that particular blue tick. Fine. Yeah. So it stops the checkbox from changing, and then we will write the message dot inner text equals to you must confirm to agree, right? Yeah. Now else, if he says yes, that means it is giving a true. In that case, message dot inner text equals to thank you for suggesting, right? So this is a real world example. This is how you use it in the your projects. Fine. Now let's go to our website. Here you can see that I'm having this label, right? And here's a checkbox. And when I click on it, what do you think is going to happen? Will I get a tick mark instantly or some other thing will happen? Well, when I click on it, you can see I'm getting a alert here, right? It is having OK and cancel. When I click on OK, it will give a true value, and when I'll get a true value, then what will happen, it will simply write a message or change that paragraph in a text as thank you for suggesting, and it will mark the tick, right? So when I click on OK, you can see the tick got marked, and here it is writing thank you for suggesting, right? Now let's do it again. When I click on it, it is asking me that are you sure, and when I click on cancel, you can see the tick is not present here this time. The tick is not present this time here, right? Why it happened? Because when it was not confirmed, because this time it is giving a false value, so it this particular line of code will run, right? And that's why we have used this e.preventDefault, that is stopping its default behavior of uh, like putting that tick, and that's why we were not getting a tick here, and it is directly giving me this inner text as you must confirm to agree. I hope these two examples been useful for you to understand that how this prevent default works. And if you like the video, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and hit the like button also. Thank you so much for watching. We will meet in the next video very soon. Till then, goodbye.